It's fine. I find it odd that the names that he mentioned, Jason Kidd. That's what I said. Somebody across from me keeps saying Magic Johnson.
I did not say Magic. I haven't said that one time. Not even close.
You said he transcended.
Well, I didn't say Magic Johnson.
Okay,
That's the greatest ever.
Okay, well, transcendent means he's going to have to be.
I didn't say Magic
He's going to have to be way up.
Put words in my mouth.
Jason Kidd. Jason Kidd, first year he averaged 11. He was basically 11, 8, and 6. 5. Jason shot the ball. Jason was 38%. Lonzo's about 32. Jason's a little better free throw percentage shooter. See, Skip, for me, let's just say I live in an exclusive building. You got 100 floors. And on the top floor is Magic. He's the great of the great. Now, this building is very exclusive. Even if I'm on the middle or the bottom floor, I'm still a pretty good player. I think there's a lot of room in between there. You think he's going to be all-time great. I just don't see that.
He's a once-a-generation passer.
I don't see that. And he mentioned Steph Curry. I don't know if people knew this. Steph Curry averaged 17 points a game as a rookie. I didn't know that. He averaged 6 assists and 4.5 rebounds a game as a rookie. I didn't know that.
No, everybody kept saying he's not a point guard, right. And I kept saying before the draft, yes, he's a point guard.
And if you look at his number, he's basically a 23, 7, and 5 guy. 23 points, 7 assists, and 5 rebounds. That's what Steph Curry is for his career. But because he does something better than assist the ball, which is shoot the ball from depth, you forget just how good he is at the point guard position because he's the greatest shooter, and it's only early. I mean, it's only like 7, 8 years in his career. He's already the greatest shooter to ever live. So you forget that, man, Steph dishing out 6, 7 assists a game. But you forget that. Skip, I think Magic is saying, like, hold on, we drafted a kid at 19, he's 20. There's a lot. This is the only shot he's ever known. He feels comfortable shooting this. Before we start tinkering and messing with that, he already has a lot on his plate. Let's not just mess with the shot just yet. Maybe they give him a couple of years, Skip, and see where his field goal percentage, his three-point percentage go from there. But it's going to be hard for me to believe, Skip, that if his field goal and three-point percentage doesn't go up exponentially, they don't change it. Skip, he's shooting 47% from the free throw line. That's worse than that's Ben Wallace territory. That's Chris Dudley territory. You can't have a point, Skip, under no circumstance. Whatever he might become. Maybe he only averages 10, 11 points a game. Skip, you cannot have a point guard, a guy that handles the ball that much, shooting that poorly from the free throw line. And it doesn't help when every other game he's not even attempting free throws. So Magic, you said be patient. I'm going to be patient. I just don't see that where he is now and how he can go. I just don't think his ceiling is as high as what you think it is.
Okay. So I watched the game at Charlotte on Saturday night, and then I watched the post game, and they kept promoting a Magic Johnson interview. So I hung right in there on Spectrum Sports Net here in Los Angeles, and I watched this from start to finish. And it was compelling and convincing, as Magic Johnson always is. And by the way, to your point about the shooting, obviously Lonzo Ball's in a horrendous all-time shooting slump. And the one point, we didn't have time to use all the video, but Magic did say that he encouraged Luke Walton before the year, we need a shooting coach. And he said that, Luke said, no, we don't need one. And Magic said very pointedly, that will change next year. And he said it's not just for Lonzo, but they're last in the league in three-point shooting as a team.
Right.
So that has hurt them. So there will be a shooting coach, and I'm going to just guess, that they will tinker or try to finesse his motion a little bit to more straightforward.
Skip, in today's game, if you don't shoot that proficiently, you're not winning, Skip.
Okay. Now back to Magic's big picture point. He did say this kid is special, and he made a very strong point and a great perspective point that because of his father, the pressure on this kid is all-time, all-time. We've never seen a bigger target painted on a kid's back because of his father, the way this kid has had to bear up under the pressure. And remember, I've told you, in all the years I covered the NBA, the cliche was, the NBA doesn't really start until Christmas Day.
Right.
So I love that Magic said, we're going to have a film session, but I've decided to wait game 30 maybe. You know, like let's just let him have his head. Let him try to figure it out for 30 games. Then we're going to sit down and we're going to go over the tape.
What are you seeing?
Yeah, what do you see? And this is what I see. And trust me, that will start to have an impact on this kid, because this kid has been lost about half the time as he tries to figure it out. And by the way, just quick point of order about the Charlotte game. This is disturbing to me. Luke Walton versus Lonzo Ball. Disturbing, because trust me on this. Lonzo started out that game in an attack mode you have not seen all year. It was hell-bent to the rim. He was forcing the action in ways I haven't seen at all this year. And the numbers suggest, because he played the first 9 minutes and 41 seconds of the game, and he had 5 points and 4 assists, a couple of rebounds. And at the 9:41 mark, Luke pulled him. And he sat for the rest of the quarter, and then he sat all the way to the 4:50 mark of the second quarter. So that means for 9.5 minutes, Lonzo Ball sat on the bench. That's a long time, man.
Yeah.
If you're a starter, right?
Right.
So when Lonzo came back in the game, he went right back into his shell. Just deferred, half-hearted passes to the wings, go to the weak side and sort of stand and watch the offense. And we were back to where, I don't know if he's pouting or it's not that he's pouting. Is he just lost with his coach?
No,
the way the way he's played, you know, the substitution patterns are crazy on this team. So then he plays in the whole third quarter, and they go up a point, and they're leading by a point going to the fourth, and guess what happens? Nothing happens. He doesn't get off the bench in the fourth quarter, and Jordan Clarkson went crazy, had 14 in the fourth. He's great because he can do that.
Yeah.
He can be instant offense.
He's more scored than point guard.
And they pull away and win, you know, again, it's just Charlotte, but to win on the road back to back at Philly and Charlotte, it's pretty good. You know, it was okay. So now back to Magic. I don't know if something's going on with Luke Walton, because as you pointed out, Luke Walton just wants to win games.
Yeah.
And if his instinct tells him, I got to go with Jordan here, but why would you sit Lonzo for so long from the first quarter in which he played high speed? And listen, when he gets in attack mode going up the floor, again, I saw some stat, some second level stat. He's the third fastest with the basketball. Well, why would you take him out of his rhythm? Why would you make him sit for 9.5 minutes?
See, Magic is looking at it like this. Luke, I need you to develop him because we're going to build around him. He's going to be the guy.
Yeah.
Luke Walton said, I ain't got time to develop him. I'm trying to put guys in there that can win right now. I'm trying to win games because if I'm developing him and we're losing, I'm not going to be around here to reap the benefits of him being what you think he can be, because someone else will be coaching him. Luke, you got to realize, Skip, who Luke, most of his career, he played with who? One Kobe Bryant. Kobe Bryant wasn't mentoring anyone. He wasn't. Kobe's like, hey, look here. Can you put the ball in the basket, smush? Oh, you got to go. Can you put the ball in the basket? You got to go. That's how his mentality was.
Yep. And Kobe's already been quoted saying that he's got to speed up the process here. He's got to learn on the fly quicker than he has.
Exactly.
Okay, so it's very early, and yet Lonzo Ball, soft as he is, leads the team in rebounding by 11 rebounds. That's not bad for a point guard, right?
Yeah,
okay.
That tells me Brook Lopez.
Okay, but I'm just saying he's got the ability to go get. He had a 16 rebound game and a 13 rebound game, and he's tied for 7th in the NBA in assists, which is not bad. And he's 5th among point guards.
Right.
You got to get that. Not bad.
No.
So I'm just saying, if he fixes a shot, again, he shot 41% from 3 at UCLA, so I think it's fixable. Could he average, as he grows into his man body, could he average a triple-double for a year? I believe he could.
You believe he can shoot 40% from the 3 in the NBA?
35. If 35 would work, man.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Well, I just want you to understand, he's not going to be he's not going to shoot the 40. What you keep saying, UCLA. I don't believe he can shoot that, Skip. Because Steph Curry has not. I mean, looking at Steph's numbers, he's basically always been a 40, hovering right around.
Right.
Last year, this year, he's shooting 38%.
Yeah,
but everything is 43 to 44.
You know, sometimes you just got to be a little patient.
I get my chickens by smashing the eggs, not by letting them hatch.
Well, you know, if Luke Walton feels comfortable in his job, then that's
Joy, you know how how does sports work?
It's a short menu.
Yeah.
It's a short menu.
Dubs, hot
dubs. Can Nick Foles lead the Eagles to the Super Bowl? We'll discuss that with Michael Vick next.